Hello guys and welcome to an NGB video review. This time you've got myself, Ben, and I'm joined by Asim.
Hello.
There he is.
Hello.
And we are going to talk to you guys about The Witness.
Witness the
Jonathan,
fitness.
Witness the Fitness indeed. It's not got any guns, it's not got any explosions, as Jonathan Blow made clear when it was unveiled, I think, at the PlayStation reveal, I think now, back in the 2013.
Long time ago.
Yeah,
Long time ago.
it was quite a long time ago, and I know this game's obviously been in development for quite a long time as well. But essentially, The Witness is a puzzle game wrapped up in quite a beautiful 3D world that essentially is about like mazes, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good way to sum it up. We were just talking before, and you played more of it. I've just played like an hour or so of it, and we were in completely different areas, and we've not done puzzles that that you've done and I've done, and yeah, we're doing different stuff essentially. So
yeah, I mean, it's set in like an open world, which is kind of cool. There's no like linear path to it all, so you can just like say, okay, I want to do this stuff first. So I think basically came out of the starting build. I think you must have turned left, I must have turned right, and
probably
here we are. We're completely different areas. And yeah, I mean, what do you think to it so far? I say you've not played a huge amount so far, but
yeah, probably just over an hour. Probably just over an hour. It's interesting. I mean, just to kind of predicate this, I wasn't a huge fan of Braid. Jonathan Blow, did that as well, and that was that was critically well received, and people seemed to like it. I just thought it was a bit fucking pretentious, to be honest. But this seems a bit more. It's probably got a bit more pretentious stuff later on. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it has or not, but it just seems like it's a bit more a simpler game in its just concept. There'll probably be obviously more complex puzzles and stuff later on. I think you mentioned there's some audio stuff later on, maybe.
Yeah, from what it looks like, yeah, it seems to be some.
But the base concept is pretty simple. You're solving puzzles in an open world, which seems like a weird kind of mashup. Puzzles in an open world like this, and basically the like these kind of line-based puzzles. You've got to get, essentially the goal is to get the line to the goal, essentially. And there's different ways of doing it. Right now, I've got like a mirror thing where I've got a blue and a yellow line that I've got to take to the end of the goal. And I've got to make sure that I cross like yellow and blue dots while I do it. Otherwise, I can't complete it. So that's just where I'm at. But like the basic start is just start end. And talking about the start, I like the way it started off. Actually, it was just straight into it, and it just drops you in, and it says move the left stick around, and that's it. You go.
Yeah.
There's no hand holding or anything like that. Even like the puzzles that I did early on, I kind of had to figure them out myself. Like apart from the basic one, they kind of introduce stuff slowly, and then you've got to figure everything out yourself. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I really like that. I think the whole like the whole hand holding nature of games at the minute, it's one of those things where you're playing games and you're just like, come on, just let me get to it. Let me do my own thing. And this totally does. It essentially goes right. Yeah. This is how you move. This is how you interact with the puzzles. Basically, you walk up to it, you press X, and you then get a little dot, which you then move around in your area, and that's it. You've got to move it around this grid, coloring. Coloring. There's different elements to different puzzles. I think I said to you guys last night, we've got like a group chat, and I said in there, oh man, if for example, the bit I'd just done involved like some light and shadow kind of puzzles. Okay. So I said, oh man, if people wash their hands in this game, it'd be a completely different thing. And you were all just like, what the hell?
I had no idea what you were talking about.
I think the thing is with that, like, you'll know when you get to it, because like there's a way of like casting a light across one of the puzzles in just such a way that you see it and you go like, so I've got to do that, and then that's kind of the trick to that area. But then other areas you've got a completely different set of rules, and it's really clever the way that it's done.
I can see there being a lot of eureka moments, like you're struggling with a puzzle for like ages, and then you're like, bam, just did it, and like like you'll be frustrated for ages, but then that moment, it's the kind of like, you know, going to a more complex game. I guess it's kind of almost like Bloodborne or like Dark Souls games. Like you'll be struggling for an area for ages, and you'll be frustrated, you'll be screaming, you'll be swearing, you'll be like, "Fuck this game!" But then you do it, and it's like amazing, brilliant. The satisfaction and the feeling of, sense of reward is just, untoppable, really.
Yeah,
I can see there being moments in this game later on by what I've read and heard from other people, that kind of coming across. And I think, I guess the nearest comparison puzzle wise probably is Portal, I guess maybe, but this is different types of puzzle, obviously. So, but yeah, I mean, so far, I mean, like I said, over an hour in, it seems to be pretty good. I know it's got amazing reviews from other critics so far, lots of tens and whatnot. I'm not sure if it's 10 right now for me, but I'm really early on, so yeah, don't know, can't say.
yeah. I don't know if I'd go that far with it just yet, but I mean, it may well expand into one of those moments where you sort of look at your life in a completely different way. That kind of that kind of a game.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
It's not from what I've played so far. That's not necessarily likely, but I am really enjoying it so far. As I say, like you've pretty much hit the nail on the head there, where you'll have that moment where you'll be like, oh man, I've been struggling with this for absolutely ages, and then you'll just look at it slightly different way, and it will make you feel like a complete genius. And you'll have this genius moment, and like you honest to God, you'll feel like an absolute idiot followed by an absolute genius in about like 5 seconds. There will be a difference.
There's already been a couple of puzzles that I've done that I've spent like about 10 minutes or so, and I'm like, I can't do this, and they're like, oh, I just take that route, and it's like, oh, done. And I'm like, yeah, fuck you, fuck you, puzzle, fuck you, fuck you, and your lines, fuck you, yeah. But yeah, no, it seems good. It seems good. It seems like I mean, Jonathan Blow takes a long time with his games anyway. Like if you watched what's that movie or that kind of documentary they did where
the one about indie games called Indie Game the Movie?
Yeah, that's the one. Indie games. I thought it was called something else. There's a few other movies as well. But yeah, indie games.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the main like developers in Indie Game the Movie, and it's just like seeing his creative process is.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is an insight into his mind, I'm pretty sure I never want to be.
The dude is fucked up.
Yeah, like he's got. It is just pure genius. Some of the stuff that's come out of this game. And there's no two ways about it. You can't get around saying that because, it is genius. But then you just look at it and you think, man, this guy's an evil genius.
Yeah, what type of mind creates these type of puzzles? Like, I can see, obviously, going by what I've heard. I mean, the game apparently is about 20 or 30 hours long, and there's 500 odd puzzles, pretty much like that, or something like that. Anyway, so if he's the one that's designed all these puzzles on his own, then I'm fair enough. It's taken a while, but yeah, it's a fucked up mind, but I guess also genius there as well. There's like a hint of genius there, like creating those puzzles.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a very it's just a really intriguing game because the more you see stuff, like there was a point where I think it'll be in the video where you'll look at an area that I was talking about, and you'll be seeing it, you'll go like, hang on a minute, when the water's at this level here, it kind of looks like it's an audio waveform. So you're looking at it thinking, shit, is that going to have something to do with it? Or there's just so many extra layers that have possibly been crafted on top of everything. So I'm excited to see where it goes. And to be honest, I'm probably never going to finish this game.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. It's like, it seems there's a lot of puzzles, and there was a lot of moaning about the price. Saying what it's $29.99 here in the UK, which people are like, oh no, it's an indie game, it shouldn't be $29.99. I don't see a huge problem with that if it's giving you enjoyment and there's lots of good content. Then if he values it at 30 quid, fair play.
Yeah, I think it's a solid game. I mean, what I've played so far, will, maybe at this point I probably wouldn't say it's I would have got my money's worth, but as you said, the fact that there's like 20 hours worth of stuff in this game, I'm sat
Yeah.
here thinking
I mean, how long was Portal? Portal
Portal
wasn't
wasn't
that
long
long.
at all. Like
Yeah.
if you're talking about the original, like it was
Yeah.
couple. Well, you can speed run it in next to
Yeah.
no time.
And that was about the same price, wasn't it, as well? So yeah.
I mean, the original came in the orange box, but you've got
Yeah.
with a few other games. But like
Yeah.
I mean, Portal 2 was. I think Portal 2 was obviously a lot longer game, and it was.
It was,
It had its it had its story stuff extended for the
yeah.
purposes of playing Portal, but yeah, it's just a really taxing, really intriguing puzzle game so far.
Yeah.
And like I say, I'm fully comfortable with the idea that I'm never going to finish this game because I'm probably not
Yeah.
smart enough to do that. The one thing I will say though that I sort of saw today has actually been picked up on. It seems to be giving people motion sickness. Which yeah, I mean I've not had motion sickness in a game for
The only time I had
years.
motion was at E3 when I played VR, a PlayStation VR with that luge game. I almost threw up. I was like, no, it's not happening. But yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I mean, there's a story on Kotaku today, I think it is, and it's like, well, okay, so this seems to be giving people motion sickness, and I was sat there thinking, I'm glad it's not just me,
Okay.
because
Interesting.
I was definitely, I've definitely noticed it a couple of times where I think possibly, maybe played it for a bit too long, or like just maybe taxed my brain too much in terms of the puzzles or something like that, but
Interesting.
yeah, it's a strange one. So just keep your eye out for that. I think they've said that Jonathan Blow said he's going to try and potentially patch something in to alleviate that for people. But
Okay.
really,
Interesting.
like that's The Witness. It's a puzzle game. If you don't like puzzle games, you're going to get nothing out of this game.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think you're right. I think one
it's-
more thing to add to that is basically, I think it's the type of game that you and your friends will talk about, like at work, or if you're out, you're like, oh, what are you playing? I'm playing Witness. Oh, I'm playing that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, which puzzle are you on?
Yeah.
And it's kind of conversation involved, and it's like, oh yeah, I've done that. It's like, oh, how did you do that?
Yeah.
And you kind of get talking, and it's like that. So it's one of those games that will be, I think, it will spread because of word of mouth as well.
Yeah.
And if it's potentially as good as everyone says it is, then I guess it deserves that. So, but you'll have the final verdict for us on it. So I'll leave that to you, Ben.
Absolutely, yeah. Keep an eye out for the written review, which should be along soon.
Good man.
When I've either completed it, which isn't going to happen, or when I've driven myself clinically insane. So
yeah, take your breaks from it.
Yeah.
Take regular breaks from it. Yeah.
This is definitely a game where you need to kind of take a few, take about 5 minutes every now and then just to appease yourself,
just to refresh the mind.
Yeah.
Refresh the mind.
So cool. Yeah, that's The Witness. Thanks for joining me, and we will see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.